Well, hello and welcome to another Daily Dominion. Just a note for the World Cup matches against Yuri Kamomi that I played yesterday. I have recorded them, but I do want to cut them just a tiny bit, so I don't know exactly when I'll get to upload them. But yeah, let's dive into today's daily. Maybe a slight spoiler for the World Cup matches. I did lose the match, but it was a lot of fun, a lot of really close kingdoms. I managed to win two out of the six games. It was, yeah, very, very nice. And I'm looking forward to the other World Cup matches against the UK and Canada. Anyways, so let's get into this daily. It's Sunday, so we have some campaign features, including Sail and also a modified starting deck, where essentially the Hovel has been replaced by Graverobber, and Sail means that cards just cost one less. And this will make for a rather fast kingdom, I'd say, especially since, yeah, I mean, we already start with a fairly okay up to good card in our deck. Um, Although we do not manage to connect it to the necropolis apparently. Now the kingdom is over here. You can look at the cards now. It's very Dark Ages dominated. 5 cards from Dark Ages and 5 from other expansions. As for what we're going to do here, well, we first notice that there's plus buy in Market Square and also Storeroom. There is a little bit of draw in Lost City and potentially also research trashing like expensive actions to set aside cards for your next hand. It's not the greatest because you're not going to see those cards during the current turn. And also, it's not the greatest because sale reduces the cost of cards by one. Um, but it is some sort of draw. One thing I can already see here might be trashing border villages, which cost 5 to set aside 5 cards, and then regaining them via our Graverobber from the trash, even gaining us another cheaper card, and that might be something to look out for. Lost City is this thingy that when you gain this, each other player draws a card, so it's not great to as a thing to gain, but it's a great thing to have because it's a laboratory and a village in one package. Yeah, we're going to try to get lots of those. Lost City is also shy here, so at the start of our turn, if we have one in our hand, we may discard one for +2 cards. And you might think, okay, this doesn't make any sense because if we play it, we get 2 cards and get 2 actions. But I guess if we draw back around to it, then this means that we have 2 more draw, which in some gain and play situations with Graverobber might still be rather nice. Now, apart from that, what else is there? Village, of course, is pretty abundant. Bargain can gain you cards costing up to non-victory cards costing up to 5, so even golds here. Each other player gains a horse as a detrimental thing. It's kind of like Lost City. And yeah, I don't know. The kingdom plot looks as follows. The draw is not that strong, especially just hinging on Lost City and research. Thinning, I think research is a fine thinner, especially since our shelters only cost 0, so we can just trash them and shuffle the research right back in. And thus, this is something we'd like to go for. Gains via the plus buys, via Graverobber, via war chests, also Craftsman. Yeah, there's lots of things to gain your stuff. That's also why it's kind of off the charts and no attack at all. Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe the psychological attack of using war chest and having your opponent decide for you which card you shouldn't gain. Then there's always border village which you can gain, and just pick up whatever card anyways, unless they name border village. Yeah, I guess that wraps up the discussion of the kingdom. We're going to try to go for lots of lost cities, lots of grave robbers, lots of war chests, and thin down early with research. Hopefully, get all of those coppers out of the deck. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure we're going to go for golds off of market square discards. Grave robber payload might just be better. We also note that we can grave rob a border village into a platinum and then regain the border village. So yeah, it's really important to get some Lost City stuff going. Now, opening wise, I think we do open on the 4-3. We just open with like research and war chest. I think war chest is quite nice here, even though Lost City or early on also might just be able to draw you more cards, but war chest will be able to do the same for you. Sorry. And I think we are rather unlucky that our Graverobber and Necropolis do not meet each other. That would be great and quite amazing actually. And yeah, if they do meet, then I would go for one war chest and one lost city in the opening. Otherwise, yeah, just a war chest is all right. Yeah, I don't know. I think that wraps up this discussion, and we can end our actions and start the game. Play the treasures for a research. Be very sad about this lone necropolis. At least AI has the same problem, it seems like. And we get a war chest here. No, come on. End our actions and just pick up a lost city. But again, the necropolis and the whatchamacallit, the Graverobber do not meet each other. I wonder what's best to trash here, whether we want to try to line up our necropolis with the Graverobber, or whether we just say, okay, never mind, let's just trash it out. Maybe get a second research in, get a war chest in. I feel get another lost city in. I feel like this is the better way. Not hope for the Graverobber to collide, and maybe the Graverobber will collide with the Lost City. Okay, they deny with the border village. They deny us the border village, which makes sense. And we put in a second research. Come on, could at least have found one of the lost cities. We could put a research in the trash actually, but then we would skip out on our. Yeah, like we would probably just hand it over to AI. No, we wouldn't because they just had their grave robber here. Next turn we should be able. Yeah, maybe we just trash an action for a lost city and buy another lost city and hope that AI also draws us some lost cities here. Come on, please. Bargain for border village? That doesn't make any sense. Here we're guaranteed to find a lost city, but man, these lost cities have been bottom decking. And our grave robber also hides. Like these draws are really, really annoying. Um, we can just go for the last two lost cities and be pretty happy about this, I think. Just because all of this overdraw. I mean, we did draw AI lots of cards right now. And that's not great, of course, but yeah. They also left a border village in the trash, so we can also gain one with the grave robber. And let's discard this. We do want the overdraw. Play all of that. And can grave rob. Gain from trash. Border village for a grave robber. And I know we should have first drawn Lost city, but it's fine because we can now, I think we just gain another action from trash and trash out those pesky coppers, just so we have a bit more agency next turn. And here, I think we just gain Graverobbers. We have 6 lost cities, right? Yeah, that's the thing you want to do here. And then maybe, I mean, is this already too risky? If AI trashes border villages into Graverobbers into other border villages, it will be able to gain a bunch of Graverobbers, but on the other hand, yeah, we need to try to make use of our advantage on lost cities. It has this oof, insane research coming in. I think we go for another Graverobber. No other border village, just to not lower them all too much. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, it has a great turn here. Yeah, it might be able to just finish out. Now it gains a platinum. Regains the border village, gains a Graverobber probably. Goes for a province and leaves 5 provinces in the pile. Can we go for 5 provinces here is the question. It is gonna be quite hard. I think we discard. And yeah, our draw might even end here already. I left Border Village in the thingy. I think we just end our turn here, try to hope for a really good next turn, and yeah, gain 2 of those border villages from the trash. Hope that I mean, AI doesn't have this insane boost off of the research coming in, but it will be able to gain some provinces, I guess. So let's, yeah, set this aside, gain from trash. Maybe a market square from this lost city. And trash a Graverobber into, or we just gain another border village from trash into another Graverobber. It's a bit risky. AI just needs to gain 4 of the border villages anyways. Or a duchy. Yeah, our situation is not great. AI has been playing this well. Um, I wonder if it's just a duchy. AI has been playing this well, and our draws have been like incredibly, incredibly awful. I think we do not go for the Graverobber, even though, yeah, no, we go for a duchy here. Can play this for nothing. War chest might be actually good if we can go for border village duchy, because then AI cannot go for all of those border villages into Graverobbers, although I don't think it matters that much. Can always bargain with its platinum and its market square. It really depends. Yeah, will it do another big trash, a gold trash? Okay. So it will have another, like the next turn will be rather insane. But yeah, we just need to gain 4 provinces here. And I think we can discard this lost city into the shuffle. That's fine. And draw a bunch here. And that's already a win, no? Like we can trash an action, trash an action, trash an action. Play one of the border villages, it's fine. Even play the market square, I guess. Trash an action into another province and end our actions and yeah, gain this last duchy. And win after 9 turns, insane. I think what carried us through in the end is this Lost City thingy. Our draws were honestly pretty awful for especially for such a fast-paced kingdom. Like early on, not pairing up the Graverobber with the Necropolis, okay, can happen, but then yeah, also AI just played this rather well. I mean, of course, now on its last turn, it kind of ran out of steam because it only found 3 lost cities. But still, yeah, that's an insane kingdom. 9 turns even. Yeah, I think we played around pilot capabilities pretty nicely overall. What AI maybe also could have done better is not leave as many border villages in the trash for our grave robbers to pick up because we essentially stole them. But yeah, I don't know. Four border villages in the trash at the end of the game, and yeah, maybe the war chest wasn't that great. I mean, it did gain us a few lost cities. Maybe it helped us get this advantage on the lost cities, but hmm, yeah, I don't know. Interesting kingdom, not the most fun because it felt a bit random. Um, and yeah, if possible, I would have loved to trash out more of those coppers. They were really annoying. If you get super thin here, you can do much more potent grave robber stuff and also maybe gain a few platina and use those to buy stuff instead of just grave robbing the whole time. Although, I mean, didn't feel all too bad to go for those provinces. Had the grave robbers and border villages not been so low, we would have gone for more, of course. The research border village synergy is nice with the grave robber, and we used that. And yeah, I don't know. I think it was also correct to ignore most of the other cards that we didn't buy, like Craftsman, Sage, Storeroom. Craftsman essentially, I mean, while it does gain you a card costing up to 5, you're mostly interested in gaining the force. I guess can pick up border villages, but the two that I don't know, they are not that great, I guess. Anyways, I think that wraps up today's Kingdom. Like later on, maybe I will post one or two of the games against Yurikamomi. Stay tuned for that, and then I'll probably post them in quick succession. Like maybe today I'll post the first two, tomorrow the second two, and then on Tuesday the last two, or I will just post one per day. Let's see also how I get to cut the stuff. Anyways, yeah, I'm rambling again, and I will try to catch you in the next one. And until then, goodbye.